Good afternoon, Shaggy SoCal was 2 for Forza, and I was a very eventful. I don't know if I would even call it a track guide at Laguna Short. I mean, it'd be a track guide if it was a video about what not to do at Laguna Seca in the rain. Plus, a couple little technical glitches that I wasn't expecting from Forza in switching events. But we're going to give this another shot. It's a learning experience. So the second race that we're going to go through on Thursday is at the Nurburgring Sprint. It is kind of I, I can't quite remember if this layout was last seen in Forza 4. I do remember Forza 4, at least on the combined GP circuit with the Nordschleife, that in Forza 4 they used the shorter circuit uh, layout that we're going to use here. Except then it would connect onto the Nordschleife and off. So same format. I'm going to attempt to do some test laps here and test drive, and then set up a mock race with the AI. It's going to be kind of blind leading the blind here a little bit. Not a lot. Just there's one variation. You know, if you've raced the Nurburgring GP circuit in previous Forzas, yeah, it's pretty much the same layout. There's just that one. It's a little bit shorter. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and start race. Less talking, more driving. All right. So, goes third gear. I think you can do third gear here. I do have the weather set. I'm playing around with the weather settings. I set it to clear, but I did set the weather to variable. So we'll see how if it changes in the test drive here. Coming down to turn 1 here. Yeah, just brake a little bit before. Well, those segment things are nice, but they can be a little bit of a distraction because you start to depend on them for reference points, but then they're not in the race. Third gear through there. Down to second. I'd like to try and late apex this one. Short shift to third. Go there. Use all of this exit. You can use quite a bit there. Keep it to the left because here's the change. Just past the bridge with the gantry there. I'm doing this one in second. I think you could do it in third. And I'm pushing a little wide because I'm an idiot. Third gear. Brake right about the 50 board. You can use a bit of this inside curbing. It will kick the back end out a little bit. And the curbing there a little bit as well. I would say try and keep that neat and tidy. You can use a little bit of the exit curbing there. Here's the other thing you got to get used to. Track limits are good now. So brake just before the 100 board. You can abuse these curves. I mean, it's almost like if you can find the line where you can straddle the yellow curve through both, that's probably going to be the fastest way through it. I'm going to try it again. It's a hard thing to unlearn. Last turn, I think, is best in third gear, at least for the setup I'm running. Just bring it back across the middle a little bit, start finish, so that when the road kinks, it brings you back out to the left side. Second gear all the way in, still a little bit late there. Can use a lot more curbing, but it will cause the car to slide. Of course, I'm running medium tires and full fuel load, but we're just testing. It's a little shallow. That's okay. I can use almost all of that runoff there. So, yeah, I'm carrying too much speed in because it is kind of a mini double apex corner there. See that because of the sun. I mean, you could probably use the inside curving. I tend not to. A little too much on the left side there on the yellow. So let's talk through the slow lap, at least what I'm finding so far, and at least maybe spend more time just pointing out the differences with the previous Forza. So not much of a change here. So I'm going all the way down to second. Ideally, that's probably the ideal line. Get as close, try and take out that cone if you can. This one, you're up to third gear. I might get on the curbing there a little bit late, let it come out, on the green here, not a problem. Next corner here, I usually do it in second. And again, I like to late apex it, not quite like that. But I like to be at this point on the left side, so I can start. So I kind of open this turn up. I can be in third gear here. I'm going to try and use as much of the inside curving here, and then again, even in the previous Forza, you could use a bit of this runoff. You can go a lot further out now. You can get almost the entire car over the line. So again, that line there is the red and white line is your guide. You can straddle that. You can get 3/4 of the way over it. Use it all the way out. Keep it out to the left side. And again, braking, the gantry here is a good reference point. If you can't see in front of you, just know that as you go underneath that, you probably want to start to brake or think about braking. I think this is still best done in third. You might want to try it in second. I think it's user preference. And the line, it's a hairpin, but it's kind of a double apex. So the way the line, the guideline through here, the racing line is trying to guide you is to clip the apex here, bring it out a little bit, and then late apex it on the way out. It's very easy to carry too much speed in and be nice and tidy going in, but then the car will push wide in the middle of the corner, and then you're kind of like, okay, if it does that, you're just going to have to work with it and just kind of unwind and work with the throttle to get a good exit out. But ideally, once you pass the curving there, just out a little bit, and then ideally try and bring it so that you're going to late apex it here on the exit. Point towards the third good gear there on the left to bring it out, bring the car back across the right side. Braking's about the 50 board here. Third gear, turn in, you can probably use a little bit of the curving there on the outside. Again, I might use a little bit of the inside curving late. Just depending on how much weight transfer is there, it can pitch the car sideways if you abuse it too much. Bring the car up to the right here, bring it back over to the left. Again, I'm probably relying a little bit too much on the braking line as far as to know where to brake here. So that'll be the next thing for me, is try and find some reference either on the wall or the poles or something that maybe would help say, okay, if I can't see the line, this is about where I need to just, probably do a quick check brake, just a brush, turn the car in, still probably fourth gear out here, get on the inside curving a little bit, use a little bit of this exit curving here, and this is just nice sprint down the back straight. Again, I'm typically not one that would abuse the inside curving like that. I'll probably keep it tidy, but you can get on that. So braking here was a little bit, I think it was past the 100 board. Now here's the other big change because of track limits, because the improvements to track limits. I think the fastest way through here, because I have to unlearn what has been ingrained in me from previous Forzas, is I think if you get the steering done right, I still think you want to late apex this one a bit, but you can use, like you can see, I'm not even getting the track limit warning. So you can use almost, the entire curving here, straddle the yellow curving, assuming your ride height's not too low. Out through there, starting to get up on the accelerator, the same thing here. You can use pretty much just cross over and straddle the yellow curving on the way out. Looks really easy, slow. It's not fast, but I think in the race, some of us will probably have that figured out. Some of us won't. Some of us will learn it during the race, but just be careful of that. I think you might still, a few of us, and even me, probably on the opening laps, it's going to take me a few laps to kind of get into rhythm to go, okay, I can abuse those curving. And then third gear out, and that's the Nurburgring sprint circuit. So a little bit of variation. It's going to be more laps. We're not going all the way down the hill. But let's go ahead and let's try and get into a race and hopefully not have steering issues. Let's go ahead and exit here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to quit this entirely, because it seemed to be that when I loaded in the race settings and then was mucking around with it, that I don't know what got lost in translation, but all of a sudden I had no steering getting the race. And I'm like, oh, is it because of the wet tires or like that? No. Let's go advanced race setup. And let's do this again. Honda. Hopefully I get the quick stops this time. So we'll go circuit race. Race length custom. Oh, I wasn't timing. So long as like 9 laps. That's usually a few laps short. So let's do custom. Let's go 12. Now let's go 13. We'll go 13. Start time of day. I still like to do random start time of day. Time progression rolling. Time scale by 4. Weather variable. So this is where I want to kind of set things. So the weather is variable. But I don't get to. All right, so I'm not necessarily going to get the ability to figure that out, to set that. Choose the weather condition for the start of this event variable. So this is what we're still playing with. Dynamic track rubbering, that's fine. I'll leave that. Driver difficulty 8. Number of drivatars 23. Plus this one. Plus 1. Cars, that's fine. Rules. Okay, so this is where I messed up last time. I do want everybody taking a quick stop. So expert rules. Rule of delay, number of laps, end of race timer. Mandatory pit stops, yes. Everybody must make a pit stop. Number of teams, nope, don't need to worry about that. Go back to setup. Okay. Yes. Fingers crossed. Please no rain at the start. No rain at the start. Please no rain at the start. No rain at the start. All right. A little introduction to the track. Oh, no. I'm kind of surprised. Okay, so the other thing I want to change is the other thing I learned on last Thursday. Thank you, Dan. Is when it comes to if the car you're driving has a race transmission, you can run manual with clutch, and you don't need to use the clutch at all. So, and it will be a little bit quicker. Context sensitive, what does that mean? Oh. So there's settings I haven't, like, oh, what does that mean? Okay, I don't need. Okay, so let's go ahead and close and save. Okay, so it looks like we're starting. It looks like it's clear. Don't know if it's going to rain or not. Let's go fuel and tires. We said 13 laps. That's probably about 40% fuel. 30% fuel, 15. Now we'll do 27. Okay, and we're going to start on softs. And that looks like there's raindrops on the car. Oh, Forza, you're killing me. Let's go ahead and start this. All right, again, I'm just kind of winging it. We'll see what happens. It looks like it's damp out, which, if it's damp like this, race tires, soft tires should be fine, medium should be fine. It's if it really starts to rain where we might have issues. And what I'm going to do is, since I'm in the top half of the grid, I'm actually going to go wide here and let the field by. Rejoin. There we go. Whoops, excuse me. Whoa. So I think I gotta remember with if the car gets into a tank slapper because it's a front wheel drive car, if the back end starts to step out, you actually probably should just jam the throttle and get the front tires to spin up because it'll pull the back end back in line. So we'll see if I get myself into trouble here with sim steering and see if I can remember that. See if it actually works. Brake check here. Well, maybe not, but don't hit me. So since I'm in traffic, I'm going to brake a lot earlier just to give myself some room because calamity is going to happen in front of me. Well, that's nice. I like that. Excuse me. Yes, I'm here. Or I don't know exactly where he's at, so I don't want to go completely. Ah! There since I know I can use a little bit of the outside edge. Up to 10. Why are you so slow through there? You're gonna brake here, aren't you? Yes, you are. I don't know why you did that. You have to do that. Here, aren't you? Yes, you are. No penalty. Okay, at least he got a penalty. Inside here. That's going to cost me.
Total time penalty is about 1.5 seconds.
Okay, maybe, at least for me, maybe second. It's better on the exit there. I don't know, should I return the favor? Excuse me. what? Second's probably going to be quicker out of there, just because the car just feels like it's got a bit more kick. I'll take the freebie. I'm not making any headway on the maneuvers. Probably using way too much of the inside curving. It's compromising my exit. See if I can get chicane right. Probably a little late for the entry. Second half was decent, though I think it was. Came out of the throttle a little bit because the car was pointed too much to the outside. So still learning. Of course, it starts raining after I'm already past start finish. Okay. Well, I'm glad I started on softs. What I know is just we'll know by the end of the lap if I need to pit. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have to pit. It's just the rain is coming down quite nicely. Try and keep an eye out for it, because I think you get an indication with, at least for the people on the leaderboard. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to hit this lap. Yeah, when you start to hear the water on the tires.
Penalty is about 2 seconds.
Oh wait. Okay. Okay. So pit lane doesn't catch you until you get to the Armco. So if it starts raining, be very, very careful. This is why you practice. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to go to wets. We'll skip that. I don't need to worry about fuel. Just give me tires. Keep it to the right all the way down. Definitely. Oh yeah, it's gonna understeers a little bit more, but definitely, definitely second gear. Well, we're in sixth place. I haven't crashed. I haven't spun out. It's raining, so there's still time. Let's see if I can at least catch the cars. Two guys in front of me. Curious thing I would have with when you factor in like weather with rain and the track rubbering, how do those two systems interact? Because now again, I could be completely talking out of my butt. Wouldn't be the first time. But my remembrances was when there's a lot of rubber down and it rains. There's another big one. Oh, good. That the typical in the wet, the typical racing line that you would normally take when it rains is not necessarily the line you want to take when in the wet. Let's see. Let me redo that sentence with my words. The line that you take when it's dry, where the rubber builds up, when it gets wet, you don't necessarily want to follow that particular line because water with the rubber until it completely washes off, it's actually going to be slipperier than to actually go offline. So I don't know if Forza factors that in to at least this current version of their physics engine, and tire modeling, and track rubbering like that. But because then on the flip side too is when it starts to dry out. We had that experience already when it dried out and you're still on wet tires, and quickly realized just how quick the tires overheated and lost grip and like that. But we don't have the situations there when it starts to dry out where we'd be able to, say, run through the wet portion of the track that hasn't dried yet to cool the tires. So I mean, those are some of the little things that, you know, probably are getting more into the heavy, you know, high-end, you know, full-on racing sims. And I don't know if ACC and iRacing, usually those are the two I think of for like full-on sims, if they factor that in themselves right now. They might. Kind of curious. It doesn't seem to be. It seems to be that the racing line is still the racing line, regardless. That's great. Well, we're definitely catching enigmas. But yeah. The racing line is a guide. It's not the fastest way to that chicane. It's the safest way, but it's not the fastest way. So I've got a little bit of a draft, but I don't think I'm going to get him on the break. So what I might do at this point is, for Enigmas, I might see if I can get him on that short straight down to the hairpin for the back half of the course. But it all depends how good of a run I get out of here. Which is, nope, not good enough. going to get him here, so I just stay kind of tucked in. The next place is, unless there's a mistake made, the next place is going to be that final chicane off the backstretch. Plenty of time to get a run out of this corner, so really I want to get a good run out of this corner. I want to make this pass as easy as possible. So he's going to go to the inside. I'm going to just keep a little bit to the left. I got to ease out of the throttle just a touch so I don't push wide. Give you room, you give me room, or not. Kind of there, though it looks like I'm ahead of it. Okay, so I gotta put 2 seconds on him. I don't think I'm gonna catch Bruce by the end of the race, or if I do, I'm not gonna be able to gap him because I've an idiot got almost 2 seconds of penalties. Oh, let's find out. Halfway decent. Let me try that again. That seemed to be the right thing to do. I always like a wider entry there to try and late apex it. Leaves me open if somebody wants to dive bomb me, but you know, that's risk versus reward. Looks like I want to be able to do the same thing here to Bruce that I did to Enigmas. Get that run down the back straight. Again, assuming I don't screw up. Inside this time, so I have a little bit better run, but I'm going to use that inside curving and push Bruce off the track. He shouldn't have hung out on the outside. And I totally missed that part of the braking because I was too busy watching Bruce go into the gravel. Questionable racecraft, but I'm not always talking about the AI. Is that going to cost me? Nope. Last lap.
Last lap.
That's what I said. Again, I'm not used to having to turn the wheel that far, you know, from Forza 7. So again, a lot of must unlearn what I had learned. the other thing too is, whereas previous Forza I wouldn't lean on the tires as much as I am here. You almost, you can, I guess what I'm trying to say is in this game with this car, you can lean on the tires a little bit more, spin them up a little bit. You can hear the inside protesting a little bit. So that's 13 laps. Sometimes I wish it would give the race timer as I'm going, but that's Nurburgring sprint. So a lot of short track, 22 minutes. Actually, yeah, 13 laps is probably about what we'll do. It might be up to 15. I forget, since we're doing the qualifying races, 3-lap qualifiers before we get into the race. I think Matt's trying to shorten, I think about to the 25-minute range. But that's Nürburgring GP. Much smoother stream this time. I actually kept it on the track. It didn't have any technical difficulties. I actually had some good racing with the AI. Again, I think my general opinion as far as the AI, at level 8 for me, yeah, it's going to be nice. Hopefully it continues that I can run everybody. I just kind of wish that as you got deeper in the field, that there wasn't as severe of a drop-off. I think I'd like, I don't know how they distribute out, as far as what the drivatars and what their pace is, relative to the level that's set. But I wouldn't mind it if it was, a little more consistent. Maybe the level 8 is a little deeper into the field before it starts to drop off and not drop off as much. So that way I can race. I've got racing throughout the pack. But that's me, minor gripes. But anyhow, hope you guys are having a good weekend. Again, these track guys are probably not going to be the most polished. I'm still learning, and hopefully it'll get a little bit better as I learn the game. So with that, hope you guys have a great weekend, and happy racing. And for those of you on TNT, we'll see you on Thursday. Live streaming. Stop.